You ever have one of those moments where you're like, why in the world did I just do that? Well, I had one of those moments while out turkey hunting, of all places. Before I get started, let me just tell you how my day started off. So I get to work. It's breaking daylight. It's probably 7:30, close to 8. I'm working outside the shop, and I hear what sounds like a gobble. Now, I know that there's turkey around there, but they haven't been vocal up to this point. I thought, I'm just hearing things. Well, I'm continue doing what I'm doing, and then I hear what sounds like a gobble again. So I'm listening, and then I hear what I know is a gobble. And about that time, I look up, and there's a fence out there. Might have shot about 100 so odd yards away, and I see that old boy. He's just in full strut walking out there gobbling every breath. Of course, it gets me fired up. So I watched him for a minute, and he moved on out. And then, about 8:30, somewhere around in there, I get a picture from my wife where she's driving down the road. A picture of some turkey in the field. So needless to say, that's what was on my mind all day was turkey. Okay, so it gets time to get off work. It just so happens that my wife and son aren't home, so that gives me a little free time. And I'm sitting at the house, and I'm thinking, I gotta get the tire aired up on the lawnmower. Gotta get the yard mowed. But all I can think about is that old full strut gobber. So I was like, well, let's throw some camo on and see if we can go find us one. I'm a public land hunter. That's what I do most of the time is hunt public land. And I got a few spots, and I thought, well, I'll hit the one closest to the house since it's after work. And any public land hunter knows, it seems like any time that you want to go somewhere, there's always somebody there. And I'm not the type that's going to barge in on somebody. But I get down to where I plan on going, and I don't know what this old boy's doing. He's just sitting by his truck in a lawn chair with one of them old like Mexican sombreros on, just sitting there. So I was like, alright, I don't know what to do, so I just turned around, left, and I got another spot that's about 45 minutes away. In my mind I'm thinking, Justin, that's a 45-minute drive. Are you sure you want to do that? And I kept taking it over in my head, and then finally it turned from, Justin, that's a 45-minute drive, to Justin, that's just a 45-minute drive. No big deal. So here I go. I get out there, and luckily there ain't nobody at this spot. This is the spot that I hunt the most. I know more about this spot than any other spot. So when I'm dealing with public land, I look for foot traffic, because you don't know who's been there, where they've been, how many people's been in there. And I look for foot traffic, and I try to stay away from heavy foot traffic, obviously. So I get going down the logging road. Matter of fact, it's in the same spot that me and my son shot his turkey 2 weekends before. And I set up my decoys. There's 2 ridges that funnel down into just a little small creek, maybe a foot wide. I set my decoys down, and I'm about 30 yards up on the side of the ridge there. And I just do a little bit of soft calling, just to let anything that's there know that I'm there. Didn't hear nothing. Of course, when you're dealing with public land, you don't expect to hear much, especially at 5:30 in the evening. Just so happens there's one of those biplanes goes flying by, and that old from that engine on the ridge right in front of me, I'd say probably 150 yards away, I hear that old boy gobble. I thought, boy, I'm in the right spot. So I break out one of my slate calls. It's usually my go-to call. I hit that slate call, nothing. So I waited a little bit. I usually carry 4 calls with me. I grab one of my glass calls that I've got prepped a certain way with a certain grit sandpaper. And I hit it and didn't hear nothing. And then I remembered from the hunt last Saturday when I was with my buddy Toby how he struck one when he would hit the high notes on his slate call. He would never get nothing, but when he rolled over into that rasp, that's when that gobbler would gobble. So I grabbed my other slate call. This is the one that is probably my raspiest call that I've got. So I hit the high notes. When I roll that over into that rasp, that's when he gobbled. I knew I'd found this ticket, what he wanted to hear. So I struck him again. He's gobbling. He's gobbling anytime that I'm hitting that rasp. He's gobbling. But I don't do it so much to push him away. Most of the time I wait till he gobbles before I do it, just to let him know where I'm at. And I hear him coming. You know, he's getting closer with every gobble, every gobble. I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to roll right off that ridge, right on that creek bank, and walk straight down and see them decoys, and he's going to come flying in. And that's going to be game over. Well, that's not how it went down. Instead of coming down the ridge and hitting the creek, he went down the ridge and up the ridge, working his way in behind me. So here I am. You know, he's coming. He's getting close. I've got my face in leaves trying to get up to where I can get up on top of that thing before he gets to that point. Well, it don't work out that way. He's right up there. He's gobbling. Every time I'm hitting that call, he's gobbling. And I'm in a position to where if he walks off this thing, I mean, I'm going to have turkey tracks on my face. I'm just waiting for him to crest that little hill right there, and I'm going to take him out. He's right there. I hit that call, nothing. This whole time, he's been hammered every time I call. I hit that call, nothing. I thought, what in the world is going on here? So I hit it again, nothing. And I'm just sitting there like, in my mind, I'm going through, what have I done? And here is that, why did you do that moment. I got up and started to make my way up to the top. I was probably 20 yards from the top of that crest. And when I got within about 10 yards of that crest, I heard that ever so humbling, but. And I saw that old joker's head beep, 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 bebop and ran off the other side. And I thought, you dummy, of all the stuff that you have learned, you did that. It's like I just lost all knowledge that I had. But I hit the call to let him. Luckily he didn't fly. When they don't fly, I feel better about it. When they just run, if they don't fly, public land bird, you know, if they fly, they're gone. But luckily he didn't fly. And I waited a couple minutes, and I hit the call again, and I heard him gobble. I didn't try to go after him no more after that, because public land birds are finicky. If you get on too much, you'll push them. You'll push them out. But him doing that gobble let me know that he got the better of me. So I sat there for a minute, let the woods, get quiet back down. I grabbed my decoys and I headed back towards the truck. But it happens. I could be mad about it, but the good Lord let me see that old feller that I've been talking to for about an hour and a half. He let me see him, and I can't thank him enough for that. May not have got him, but I got to see him. The Bible tells me that the This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Whether we get an old turkey or not, we can always be thankful and be happy for what He's done for us. I just thank Him for the opportunity. Thank Him for being able to get out and hunt, being able to walk, and do all the things that I love. I just can't thank Him enough. That being said, I just pulled into the house. For everybody else, happy hunting and good luck.